Hello, Gorringes are on view, this time for our sale on the 13th of November. It's another weekly house and garden sale, but featuring this time mid-century furniture and some vinyl as well. So, I'm down in the warehouse. It's starting to get a bit cold. It's getting a bit chilly down here, and if David was around, I'd say, Dave, do you want to do the video? Because he knows all about the mid-century things that are in it, because he's been cataloguing it, so he should really be telling you about it. But he's not here, he's out on the road looking at other things, so you get me just to sort of ignorantly talk you through it. Really lovely lot though. We've been putting this together for 2-3 months. Dave's been working on it in particular. So things such as lot 1086, look at that. This is a 3-piece suite. It's missing its cushions. You'll need to find some squab cushions for it, but really lovely sort of look to it. And then we'll just drift down the line. I remember this mirror, I've seen this before. An old client, Gorringes, bought it some years ago from us. It's back again, lovely.
What wood is that?
Well, I think this is satin maple.
So pretty.
Really pretty with this lovely sort of organic moulding, lot 1077, good size as well. Hard thing to find if you want something of that ilk. These are great, aren't they? These are lot 1085 and 1181. They're two separate lots. They've got that slightly sort of ethnic look and really nice weaving, different weaving to the two. They're not exactly the same, so that partly explains why they're two separate lots, but great fun. Carrying on down, Murano lamps.
Beautiful.
Came from a property in Mayfair, these, and we've held on to them for a little while. These are 1075. There's some other nice modern glass.
I'm backing up to show the size of them.
Quite right, they're big, nice shades.
Beautiful, yes.
Perhaps estimate-wise, the star lot of the sale is lot 1061. This is a classic Danish dining suite with these wishbone chairs. I think it's Fritz Hansen, but it's all there in the description. There's all sorts of interesting names and descriptions for things in this sale, because it's all sort of the name of the designer who's designing for which company, and then what the name of the piece of furniture is. Price-wise, you're talking from 50-60 quid up to sort of £1,500 or so, so hopefully accessible for everybody. I'm drifting through an area that's not as mid-century as others. You're
Those are
looking
rather
at
fun,
those.
aren't they?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're lovely, aren't they? These
Yes.
are lot 1125. They're a re-offer actually, because I guess you've got to incorporate them into something, which always creates additional problems. This one looks a bit like G-Plan to me. It's lot 1070. Hasn't got a label that I can see, but be stamped somewhere, I imagine, if it is G-Plan. Lot 1070, nice little chest, fair condition. Carrying on round, I'm going to sort of skip round the corner and do a bit more for you. I think we're in the zone of things that haven't been collected yet. I'm well familiar with that at Gorringes. There's a classic Sputnik lamp. I'm looking for the lot number 1023. Just very stylish. Further stylish lamps here. Nice sort of coffee table there, lot 1027. Glass top to it. Elegant look. How about this? Look at that. That's a really cool hat stand, isn't it?
That super?
Yeah, lot 1028. And again, often, you know, you get the sideboards and things, but getting things like the hat stands is actually harder to find.
Yes.
Carrying on down, more decorative lamps. They look like they're made from sort of concrete, but they're a sort of enamelled metal or pottery finish. Lot 1012 those. Again, not a bad pair of shades on them as well. Pretty much ready to go.
Super stylish.
It's super stylish, isn't it? You're
Yeah.
hoovering up all sorts of things, and I don't
Yes.
blame you. This one looks a bit like Urkel, lot 1009. It's got the plate rack, so everything's, you know, we talk about mid-century design, and, you know, that word design is key to it. The thought has gone into why these are designed and shaped as they are. So this plate rack has grooves in it, so that you can put your plates and they won't fall down. And they're grooved at every level, so you have 3 tiers of plates on display. You open up the cupboard, and then inside there's a little tray drawer with divisions that you can adjust. It's sort of pre-IKEA, really, to put your cutlery in and what have you. So, you know, design is there, it's been thought about. It's not just sort of copying what went before. Further things, 1035 catch my eye.
They're fab, aren't
They're nice,
they?
aren't they?
So nice.
No, you start seeing it in combination. Look at this, 1037 with the original upholstered cushions. Very sort of 50s colouring there. So have a good look through the mid-century design. You'll start to sort of, if you don't, you're probably educated already, but if you're not, you can educate yourself in what this is all about. And maybe you'll look at it and think, ugh, and maybe you'll look at it and think, wow, that's pretty cool. I'd start to think I could see a bit of mid-century creeping into my life. So there we go. There's other furniture after the mid-century, the sort of more normal thing that we do, but we'll go and have a look at the smalls. Okay, here we are, good lot of smalls. I'm going to focus on some other things such as vinyl and silver and jewellery, but a quick whiz round. There's a really lovely lot. Get your yellow frogs here, lot 1428. Nice pair of those, got that sort of Bermontoffs kind of look. I'm seeing all sorts of collectibles, footstools as well, collectible ceramics, Fabienne Perez limited edition Giclée prints. These are sort of £1,500, £2,000 on the cruise ships. They're sort of 300 to 500 here. That's lot 1707. Completely different, reverse printed glass. So they lay a print onto the back of the glass and colour it through. This is Nelson's funeral barge. It's on its own, lot 1696. There's Nelson himself, 1697. Suffering the mortal wound, it says, and to the left Nelson's tomb, 1698. So nice lot of Nelson prints. Nelson always popular, and these reverse glass prints again equally desirable. I'm seeing some booze scattered about as ever, so keep your eye out for that. But look at this, World of Vinyl.
Gosh.
So James has been busy on this. Vinyl, otherwise known as records. Most people have them or had them at one time. They cleared them all out again. They got to the age of 50 and suddenly missed their record collection and started putting it back together again, costing 5 times the time it did when they first bought it. But that's life, isn't it, really? Most records are not valuable. They're, you know, great. Look at that. Rolling Stones, #1, their current new album. But most albums sell in huge numbers. So it's only the first pressings or the real obscurities or the ones produced when the band wasn't famous that are the ones that are sought after. And it's rare for a record to be even 50 quid, let alone 100. So most of these lots are large lots, you know, a box full. But there are some scarcer things scattered about. And I think James is particularly proud of some of the autographs he's got. He's got some good Rolling Stones material. So have a look towards the end of that section if that's your thing. And there are other things as well, such as you know, these 8-track cartridges. You've got to go back a bit for those. I think they're just about before my time, but others will remember them. Canned Heat, there we go, cool. That's lot 1257. There's some Billy Fury material as well, which I think is interesting. So nice little section that if you're thinking of selling vinyl, or talk to James and he'll advise you. So let's go and look at the silver. I'm drifting around on the way. A nice Oriforce Graal vase. We did have one a couple of weeks ago. This is a much better example, and it catches my eye. Lot 1347. Yes, it's like a sort of case of glass. The decoration is somewhere sort of in the middle of it. It's very clever. Lot 1347. As is always the way, I can't help but sort of get sidetracked by the goodies. But anyway, I mentioned silver. Looks like Roger's been very busy. Fancy scooping some marrow?
Always.
You chuckle. So we have an extensive collection of marrow scoops and marrow spoons.
Is that one as well? Oh, that's
Yeah, so these are marrow spoons, and hence for scooping the marrow out the bone. They're Georgian, George III, I would imagine. This is lot 1922.
right.
The classic marrow scoop
That's the one.
is the double-ended one.
Yeah.
There's 2 in the lot there, 1924, and there are various others in amongst the lot. Some nice little wine labels there. Whiskey, claret, brandy, the sort of standard ones, hock, lot 1918. Going backwards, excuse me, back on my knees again, that's going to keep me. Smart pair of goblets, 1914. Some sort of partially engraved, but they are George III, so there's a pair. Quite nice looking.
That
What
fish
else?
slice is beautiful.
Fish slice is beautiful,
my
isn't it? Look
gosh.
at that. That's really, I'll put it, I think that is that way. I don't know. 1912. Nicely engraved. It's An uncrowned leopard's head, which means it's London, which means it's actually Victorian. It's got a young Victorian head on it, but particularly nicely pierced blade on that one. Over the back here, I saw this in Hove at the beginning of the week, I think. 1904. Lovely quality enamelling on that. It's a little desk clip to clip your correspondence or letters together. Stamped underneath. Think it's a continental one. Beautifully done. So that's something of quality that's a bit different. And then shuffling further back, what else have I got here? I often talk about these, but they're always popular. 1887, these individual whiskey tots. Looks like we've got a pair with cut decoration, and then another pair or two more that are plainer. 1887, always desirable. Some little bits and pieces. I'm seeing some vinaigrettes, more decanter labels, rather smart inkstand with frogs.
That's an inkstand.
Yeah, that's your inkwell basically. There we go. Dip your pen in. Interesting decoration. We've got this. Looks almost like Medusa. Maybe it's Perseus' head. We've got frogs, and we've got the caduceus, the sort of surgeon's staff. So it's a re-offer. It's going to be lot 1897. Surely that's a nice thing for somebody to have. So there we go. Good lot of silver. More little curiosities over the back. Quick look at the jewellery. So in Roger's cave, where we keep them locked away, he's been busy. Look, nice lot of jewellery in. It's not laid out formally yet, but we've picked out a few bits for you. How about 1975? This is an Italian micro mosaic inset bracelet, Grand Tour souvenir type thing. Interesting one here. We've got these bugs, little beetle-y fly things, and we've got sort of Neapolitan or Italian at any rate, rustic figures, should we say, dancing and up to other business. Nice little thing, that. Gold mounted. I can see some little marks on the clasp. That's lot 1975. I said to Rog, what's good in jewellery? He said, and reeled off a list of rings. So we're going to show you some diamonds. 1957. Nice little solitaire there. Old, brilliant cut. Not quite a carat, I would say, but still a nice looking stone. 1966, a rather jazzy sort of free-form cluster ring.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is fun, isn't it? All different heights.
Gosh.
And nice, again, good bright diamonds there. And we like the quirkiness. 1985, good chunky gold buckle ring set with a couple of diamonds. It's a reasonable size. And then 1953, there's a real, as Mr. Dickinson would say, and I don't usually quote him, a Bobby Dazzler there. Look at that. I mean, it really is very bright, shiny stones. 5 stones there, 1953. Huge ring. So there's some diamond rings for you.
Lovely.
Collectibles, there's some Jensen in. Always nice to see some Jensen. This one's we don't see so often. There's the sort of bird or robin heart pendant with its original chain. That's 1986. We love a leather box.
We do.
Lot 2005. We like the fact that we've gone over 1,000 lots, although we haven't, there's gaps. We open up this lovely box, Asprey, and
those are pretty, aren't they?
handsome, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really. They're quite chunky, aren't they? They've got the clip and pin fitting, but rather splendid gold earrings there. 2005. I love a ramage box. So 2000. What's in here, we say? Let's have a look. Nice little foiled garnet, Victorian or slightly earlier pendant. That looks to me to be Georgian paste, so it's silver backed,
Right.
blue foiled stones, another pendant. There's another one of,
Oh, that's pretty.
well, I think it's,
Would that be amethyst?
I think that's foiled paste actually. I don't think that's amethyst. It's old. I would hazard it's just a bit pre-1900. Silver set. Few missing, please note. Another one there. There's a pink paste drop. And finally, in there as well, let's sort of unscrabble it if I can. There we go. That one is amethyst, I'm sure. Amethyst and pearl. Perhaps some tiny rubies. Roger will have had a look. So there's a good little rummage lot, yes. Lot 2000. Sort of lot that always sneaks up, often has a sort of modest estimate, sneaks up and makes more. Finally, if you want something a bit more cool, look at me. How about that? There's a Seiko. Whopping great Seiko there. It's actually got the Paddy Divers logo on it. So and it's automatic, a diver's 200-meter watch. So there we go. That might be a bit unusual. That
Big watch, isn't it?
it's a big old watch.
Yeah.
It's lot 1990.
Okay.
So there we go. Other jewellery is available. Really good lot. If you're interested in our specialist sales, have a look at the calendar online
Yes.
on the website, and you'll see all the different sales coming up and their deadlines, because they do keep sort of marching up. I think we've got coins and stamps is rapidly approaching.
Yes.
So have a good look at those, and otherwise think fine sale. If you want to make December fine sale, the winter sale,
22nd of November is absolute limit.
absolute last day.
Yes.
Sooner is wiser.
Yeah.
So yes.
And the same with the Lux.
And the same with the Lux, absolutely.
So, yeah.
So yeah, bear those two in mind. And if you're thinking now's the time to get in touch, then it is the time to get in touch, because it gives us time to run up and do the preparatory stuff that sometimes we need to do. So there we go, a lovely sale, well worth coming to have a look at. But if not, enjoy the website, and as ever, ask us questions and the like, and thank you for watching.